I know this looks completely destroyed, and it is. There she goes, off to join Dementis. All right, I can hear some of you now saying, driver, that ain't gonna be enough straps. They ain't 1 inch wide. Those little straps ain't gonna never hold that. Calm down. Instructions are very, very vague. Hello YouTube, welcome back to Small Block Saloon. Today we're going to continue working on our Wasteland project car, the Outrider Interceptor. Alright YouTube, our wiring's still a mess, but check this out. If you'll notice, we have a parking light. And we also have 2 functional headlights. So that's one more thing off the list. I gotta adjust this one, but that's a big one. So still got to figure out the brake lights and tail lights, but glad that one's off the list. Alright guys, so I know this looks completely destroyed, and it is, but after 2 hours we finally got all our switches wired up. Headlights, fuel pump, interior lights, all the big stuff is done. I gotta get brake lights working, but headlights, tail lights, all that's working, so we're getting there. Alright guys, so we're back working on the Wasteland bike. One thing we got to do is wrap some more of this fiberglass heat shield insulation around that pipe, keep from burning a leg on it, and we're gonna get into that right now. All right guys, so I'm gonna go right over top of this other layer. I'm not even worried about strapping this layer down. That might be a mistake, but usually you just wrap it over top of one another and put a clamp on both ends, so let's see why this will be any different. There you go YouTube, 50 feet of wrap on that 2-foot area. It ought to be insulated about as good as it's going to be. I'm going to put a zip tie on it to hold it until I can get my clamp on there. There she goes, off to join Dementis' horde. Alright YouTube, so the struggle was real, but we got it on there. Next thing is to get it strapped and bolted. I'm gonna actually 3-bolt it to the trailer, and then I'll show you inside. Alright guys, so we got the little sleeper onto the trailer. Next thing we need to do is get everything bolted down and strapped down very good. I got to build a bracket for out here on the tongue to kind of hold the weight, because otherwise it could tip. We're gonna bolt it through the floor, and we're also gonna put some eye hooks and stuff and strap it. But let me show you inside real quick. Not very big at all, as you might would expect. Basically what I got set up is bunk beds where the wife and I have somewhere to sleep. This top bunk will hinge up out of the way. That gives us a area to sit in and eat or just take a break. I got this old window unit in as a mock-up. I'm gonna end up having to buy another one. This one doesn't work too great. We got lighting that's just cheapo Harbor Freight lighting, battery lights. Up here, I plan on using this area as kind of like a closet area for our costumes. I'm gonna run a cable probably across to hang stuff on, just so it don't fall down while we're driving. And I got to mount this. This is a 12-volt cooler. A 12-volt refrigerator. So I think we're gonna mount it over here on this wall somewhere. It's kind of tough filming here. It's very, very tight, but maybe over in this area. So let me get to doing some of that now. Alright YouTube, so we got the little shelf built. We got the refrigerator up here. We need to put some brackets on it to keep it from moving while we're going down the road. And I also extended this out to make a little shelf pocket here to put some canned goods on or whatever. So trying to maximize space. We ain't got a lot of it here, but I think that's alright. That'll work. Alright, I can hear some of you guys saying right now, driver, that's not enough straps. Those little straps will never hold that down. I agree. However, I also have 2 lag bolts 1/2 inch going through the trailer with flat washers bolted from the bottom. And I'm got these straps 1 inch, 4 1-inch straps on each corner. And then I'm also planning on throwing a wide, like 3-inch strap over the whole thing from the stake pockets. It'll be fine. The weight will hold it centered on the trailer anyway. We're just worried about the wind while driving, blowing, or slamming on brakes or whatever, top end moving. I think it'll be fine. We're gonna carry it up down the road before we take off to California and check it out anyway. Alright YouTube, so I told you on our way to Wasteland we're going to be reviewing some products and some stuff that has to do with camping and living out on the road while we're getting there. So this is one of those products. In this box by Vivor, it's a tent shower. So I've never had one, sealed, hadn't opened it. We're going to open it up together and see how it goes. It says do not cut, so we're going to cut it. after about 30 minutes of fighting with this thing, we got it figured out. The instructions are very, very vague. I might actually label this video for somebody wanting to learn how to put one of these things together. It's pretty simple. You know, the tent's upright like on every other little tent that I've ever had. But where it's different is up here in these corners where these brackets are. You got to have one of these woven loops on this side, which is a separate pole, and the other little woven loop on that side. And it didn't specify that. So to begin with, we had them both up there, then we had both down here, and we couldn't get it. It was all wonky, you know. Turns out you gotta have one here and one here. It'd been a great help. They just put that little detail in the instructions, but they didn't. So, all right, I chose one with a bottom just because I've read about scorpions and spiders and stuff out in the desert, and I didn't want something to crawl in here with us. So it's got net around the bottom, so you can still get air through, but it's actually got a floor, which I wanted. It's got a couple little bags for shampoo or whatever. Windows. It's got a window on each side, which is cool. Which I'm not sure why you want a window when you're taking a shower. I guess when you're not, to let the heat out. But it's vented at the top. It's got a rain cover as well, and a hook right here where we can put a light. They call this a little clothesline or towel rack, where you can so another little hook right there in the corner. I just noticed that. I didn't notice that till right now. So yeah, I mean, for the money, I'm happy with it. I guess I'm not disappointed. I just really wish it was a little thicker. I wish the nylon or radon, whatever this material is, I wish it was a little thicker, which is probably about like most of your average camping tent. So I don't know, some of these areas I see that are really puckered and stressed already, you know. I don't know how they're gonna hold up, but as long as it gets us through the week at Wasteland Weekend, I'm not a big camper or whatever, you know. I think I paid $50 for it. It's worth that for me to be able to take a shower in the desert. I'm not gonna walk around for 4 or 5 days and not take a shower. That ain't me. All right, YouTube, so keeping with the shower theme, this is what we got for a shower. It's the looks like Ivation brand battery operated portable shower. It had good reviews. I saw it on a camping site. Basically, it's battery powered. It's got a S hook to hang it, suction cup hanger, which we won't be using that, USB charging cable, and a user guide. But the plan is, you take it. Oh, that's some assembly required. You take it apart, and it's got like a little ball. It's got like a little ball on the bottom, and it drops down in your bucket. Here we go. This little piece right here, I don't know if you can see it. It drops down in the bucket, and it acts like a suction pump, and it just pumps water up out of your bucket through the shower head, just like your standard standalone shower head. All right, guys, so like I've said in the last couple videos, this video's been all over the place. You've seen the car, you've seen the bike, you've seen the sleeper, you've seen showers, you've seen everything. So it's all part of it. As of today, I got 26 days until we leave. 26. So still a lot to do, but we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get there. I want to say thanks for all the new subscribers. You know, if you haven't subscribed, think about doing that. Drop me a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you think the sleeper's gonna blow off, or if we're gonna make it, or the shower's gonna work, or whatever. So appreciate you guys watching. Catch you in the next one. Later.